3.
Okay, so we're doing an insulin infusion, and I'm just going to first compare the physician's order against the MAR. So we have Scotland Bryson, Finn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 24 years old, 24 years old. So we have an order for insulin Humulin R, continuous IV, to run at 2 units per hour, 2 units per hour. It has been ordered for today and now, and it has been signed here. So, and then we're also watching that we're getting to that goal blood glucose of 6 to 10. And yeah, I've checked the diabetic flow sheet to see his last blood glucose. Okay, so now I've matched the physician's order to the MAR. I'm going to go over the PDM. So we have insulin, Humulin R. It's a high alert medication, anti-diabetic. Since it's a high alert medication, we're going to need an independent second check by a nurse. It can be administered by a nurse or student nurse. We've gone over the physician's order for the infusion, and we know our rate, we know our frequency of blood glucose monitoring. And we know where we want to get our blood glucose. We know that range of 6 to 10. I know when to notify the physician. I'm just going over that it can be given IV continuous, usually 1 to 2 units per hour, and we're within that, or 1 to 10 units per hour, and we're within that with the 2 units per hour. For reconstitution and dilution, for IV continuous, we're going to be following this recipe here. So we're going to be adding 100 units using a 3 ml syringe, which we have, to drop 1 ml of 100 units per ml insulin, and then we're going to further be injecting that 1 ml into a 100 ml normal saline mini bag. Looking for so that recipe is also right here, so 100 units, 1 ml is 100 units into 100 ml normal saline. We'll have a final volume of 101 ml, final concentration of 100 units per ml. For our stability and compatibility, so it is compatible with normal saline, which is good because I know the patient has normal saline running TKO in their room, and we're going to be mixing it up with normal saline. Then just some potential hazards of hypoglycemia, blurred vision, sweating, tremor, hunger, and some others that I'm going to be letting the patient know about. And then just some additional notes of exactly how to draw it up, so that 1 ml in a 3 ml syringe. Okay, so that's all I really need from here. So now that I've gone over the PDM, I'm going to be doing a first check with the MAR, the PDM, and the medication. So we know it's for Scotland Bryson. We've gone over the Finn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have an order for insulin Humulin R. We have insulin Humulin R, and we've gone over the PDM for insulin Humulin R. Our dose, so when we draw it up, we will be drawing 1 ml out of this medication, which will be 100 units. That we'll be putting that 100 units into our bag. That will be our total dose. We'll have a final concentration of 0.99 units per ml. So we're going to be running that over 2 units per hour. Our route, it's been ordered as a continuous IV. We've gone over the PDM for continuous IV, and we're going to be drawing up a continuous IV med. It's been ordered for today and now, and we are going to draw it up today and now. So we've done our 5 checks. So now I can start to draw my medication. I've done my first check. So as per the PDM, we need a 3 ml syringe. So I have a 3 ml syringe. I'm going to be using a blunt fill needle to drop from the medication. And then we will be injecting it into here. So I'm going to do my hand hygiene before I deal with the medication. We know it's the right med, so I'm just going to clean for 30 seconds, let dry for 15. And now Making sure we're remaining sterile. And I'm going to draw back the 1 ml of air. So we have 1 ml that I'm going to be injecting into here. We've already cleaned, so I have 1 ml. Making sure I'm remaining sterile, and then I can inject that 1 ml. And then I'll draw back exactly 1 ml. Okay, so we have our 1 ml. I'll recap. Make sure we have no bubbles. And making sure we have that exact 1 ml. So now that I've drawn up my medication, I'm going to put a label on it right away. This label for this syringe, it has insulin Humulin R. We have 100 units is 1 ml. So we have 100 units in here, and that's 1 ml. So I've drawn up my med. I've drawn up my med, and I also have a label for my medication bag here. So we have name, Scotland Bryson, drug name, insulin Humulin R, dose, 100 units will be in this bag that we're injecting from this syringe into here. This 1 ml into here, 100 ml normal saline. We'll have a final volume in here of 101 ml, a final concentration of 0.99 units per ml. Today and now, and my signature, and we'll get another nurse signature, and just our infusion at 2 units per hour. So now that my medication is drawn up, I'm going to do a second check. So I have the MAR, the PDM, the medication, vial, our medication bag, and then our syringe that we've drawn up. So we'll do name, Scotland Bryson. We have Scotland Bryson, Scotland Bryson. We've gone over the fin. So we have insulin Humulin R. I have insulin Humulin R, insulin Humulin R, insulin Humulin R, and we've gone over the PDM for insulin Humulin R. Our dose, so we drew up 100 units into this syringe out of our insulin that is 100 units per ml. So we've drawn up 100 units, which we followed this recipe on the PDM. We will be injecting it into this 100 ml, so we'll have a final concentration of 0.99 units per ml, and then we'll be running that at 2 units per hour to get our dose. Our route is, it's been ordered for IV continuous. We've gone over the PDM for IV continuous. I've drawn it up from an IV medication vial. We have an IV bag, and I've drawn it up into the syringe from the IV med. It's been ordered for today and now. We have it as today and now, and we've drawn everything up for today and now. So now I'm going to get a second nurse to come in and do a complete independent check. So she has come, he has looked it over, and they say it's okay. They will put a second signature on my label, and I will label my medication before I inject it. So now that the second check has been done, everything is okay, I can inject my medication into here. So I'm just going to clean the port for 30 seconds, let it dry for 15. Making sure we're staying sterile. And then I'll inject that medication into there. And I'm going to gently rotate the bag. So this now has my my nurse's signature on here. So now I can get ready to go to the patient's room. So going into the patient's room, I will have the MAR and portless tubing and my medication bag. And I'm just going to label my tubing before I go in. So I'm just labeling the tubing with what it is, so insulin, and the time that it has been hung, so today and now. And just make sure everything's clamped off. Okay, so I will be going into the patient's room now. Okay, so I'm going into the patient's room. I'm just introducing myself. Hi, my name's Paige. I'm your student nurse today. So I have your insulin infusion. It's been ordered to help manage your blood glucose levels. We've already, so it's been ordered so we can get you into that goal blood glucose range of 6 to 10. So I'll be frequently monitoring that and your vital signs. If you've experienced anything, signs of hypoglycemia, like low, or like sweating, dizziness, tremor, anything like that out of the ordinary, be sure to let me know. And I'll be constantly checking for that too. So I've done my hand hygiene as well when I walked in the room. And I'm just going to confirm that we have Scotland Bryson, and Scotland Bryson. We have Finn 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Finn 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, that matches. I'm just going to do a third check here. So we've done our name. We have insulin Humulin R. Insulin Humulin R. Our dose is 100 units total in this bag that we injected of the 1 ml into this 100 ml normal saline. We have 101 ml total now, and a final concentration of 0.99 units per ml that will be running at 2 units per hour. It's been ordered for today and now. And it's been signed, and we have our infusion running there. So I've done my third check. I've told the patient what they need to know about. I'm making note of the normal saline bag that's running PKO. So everything looks good. The IV site looks good. And also, I would get my nurse to bring me a flush to flush the patient's line before I do this. So first I'm going to put the medication into the mouth. Have a flush.
And then I'm just going to hit start.
Okay, so I'm just clamping, making sure everything's clamped. And I can spike the bag.
But again, it's at a slow rate, so that will take a while. But I'm going to be here for 15 minutes, so we're going to keep an eye on that.
Making sure I'm remaining
So
sterile.
after 15 minutes, I'm going to be changing the bag. So while it's running for 50 milliliters per hour,
Hang the med.
15 minutes, that means 12.5 milliliters has already gone through the patient. So we would subtract that from the total bag volume, which is 350.
Open.
So that turns into 345.5, and then we would divide that over 1.75 hours, or an hour and 45 minutes. So that gives us a unit of 197 milliliters per hour. So that's what we're going to be putting into the pump after 15 minutes. Okay? So like I said,
I'm inserting into the pump. I'm pressing on Call the Guardian. Going down to insulin.
Okay, good. So after 15 minutes, as I exit the room, just going to be doing my own safety checks and making sure the guy's in position. Tell those things we has a fresh environment. I would take
Insulin, select. And then I am just comparing. So our drug amount is 100 units. I have 100 units. Our diluent is 101 ml, which we had 100 ml. We injected the 1 ml, so that's correct. Our concentration, 0.99 units per ml, 0.99 units per ml. Our dose is 2 units per hour, 2 units per hour. That will put in our rate. And our volume again, 101 ml, which we have in here. So before I press confirm, I'm getting a second nurse to come in and do a complete separate check. Okay, so they have confirmed that it's good. I can hit confirm primary. And before I connect to the patient, I would get a flush from my nurse to come in. So I would be flushing right now with 5 ml or whatever per hospital policy. I would be cleaning, and then I can connect to the patient. It's safe because it's in the pump. And it's been cleaned. Okay, so now that it is all connected well, I can unclamp. Make sure we have a bit. So I can unclamp and then I can press start. Make sure we're on clear.
Now that it's matches, you can go ahead and move to medication.
So start. Okay.
Remove it. Now that
I can clamp.
started,
Okay.
this demo, and then I got my mini bag, and because they're used in demo, I just have to flip it upside down here.
Oh.
Spike my medication back here.
Okay, so you can still go back and fix this. So tell her what you did or didn't do and what you're gonna do.
Okay, so at this point we didn't prime the line, so it's okay. We can still fix this because it hasn't been started. So I'm going to
Open and run it.
unclamp from the patient,
I'm going to run it here.
and then I will.
See that it's infusing, that's going to be light. It's going somewhere. So I'm going to close it and I'm going to lock the PCA. So see the green light is infusing, everything is good.
Okay.
So the patient has their
So it's primed all the way to the end here. I'll clamp that off,
there's the green light, this is locked. You cut the button.
and now just making sure I'm keeping sterile here. So we've already gone through our stuff here. It's good.
What position? Again, one last time.
Demonstrating blood administration.
Going to be open.
I'm just going to be looking at the physician's order sheet.
Perfect. Everything is here. So then now,
Patient's 15 years old. So the physician's order for today now.
done.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
So it's in the pump. It is safe to attach to the patient now. So I have cleaned it, I have flushed it, and then I can attach. I can unclamp and press start. And I'm just staying watching for 3 drips, making sure it's all connected. Our line is running TKO. I would do a safety check as I walk out. Colabel is within reach. He knows when to call me if he needs anything. And then I would go out to document on the MAR with a second nurse signature.